play like a star.
Welcome back to our very special Christmas Eve Around Town TV show. Only the Around Town show can get the caliber of guests that you've seen on our show. Today's show is no different. Troy Landry and his wife, and indeed the big man himself, Santa Claus. We asked him to stop by on his way back to the North Pole. Can you believe he said yes? Joining us this Christmas Eve morning is Santa. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's really good to see you this morning. I know that you've got to rush back to the North Pole today because it's your biggest day of year.
That's right.
Well, let's start off with a question that I wanted to know, and that is, how good has Troy Landry been this year? Is he going to get cold?
Oh, that's kind of a borderline there, Troy, but I have to tell you that it depends on your perspective, whether you're the Gators or not, but his wife has made up for it.
Oh,
so.
she sort of balanced him out. You're
yes.
lucky you're married to that woman. Now, how do you get around the world to manage to deliver all the presents in one night?
Well, it's kind of a combination between the magical inherent abilities of the elfin people, which we use their elfin dust for the reindeer, for our oatmeal, and for the corn. And also a combination of that and technology, of course.
Well, you've got to keep up with
Yes,
the times,
we have,
Santa.
yes.
How do you tell? Do you use technology to tell if somebody's been naughty or nice?
Yes, actually we do. We have a computerized snow globe. It's about 48 feet tall around, and we actually use that in combination with a whole series of computer networks.
That is fantastic. I'm
Yes.
so glad you're keeping up with technology. Now,
Yes.
you mentioned about sprinkling the elf magic dust to give you the speed, but what do you feed the reindeer to give them the energy?
Actually, the elfin dust goes into the oats that Mrs. Claus makes the oatmeals from.
Ooh,
and we make cookies from the oatmeal. And because the reindeer, you know, love cookies.
Now, since you from the North Pole, and I presume you love that weather up there, how have you acclimatized to coming down to the heat of South Louisiana?
It's a new invention called air conditioning. Yes.
Actually, I came from England. As you can tell, I'm not from around here,
Right.
Santa.
So
And,
I'm Father Christmas to you then, right?
Yeah, yes, you are.
Yes.
You are Father
Yes.
Christmas, absolutely. Now, what do you do after tonight? Obviously, I know you're going to take a break tomorrow, but what do you do between Christmases? What does Santa do for fun?
Well, Mrs. Claus and I generally in January take a little vacation down to Florida. We get a little sun on the beach. We like the east coast of Florida. It's really nice. And probably I would say we see all the sights. That's the time when we get out and incognito, of course, and get to view all the sights around the world.
What about you for Christmas? What would Santa like to find under his tree? And I know you'd have to give it to yourself, but what would you like for Christmas?
Well, I've asked for a marshmallow the size of my pillow. That's what I've asked the elves for. That way, in case I get hungry during the night, I can just eat my pillow.
How strange. That is absolutely wonderful. And do you have any advice for the boys and girls for next year? Because each year, I know that they want to impress you and they want to be on your good list.
I do. 3 words. Do what's right. If you can remember to do what's right, you'll always be on Santa's good list. And so that's very, very important. And also, we have 2 words that we use up on the North Pole. It's called credendo vitas, and it means believing is seeing. Okay, those who believe receive.
That's true.
So it's very important to remember that as well.
And very quick, if you could look into camera 3, I know my son Toby wants to hear from you personally. So
Well, Toby, I actually have checked my list the first time, and you are on my nice list. So you can take a big sigh of relief on that. I'm checking it again before I fly out this evening, but I'm pretty sure, judging from your past history, that you're going to be just fine, Toby.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
to
Christmas
Santa.
to you, Scott.